Alright, we're in the game. Open up AMM, hit the scan tab, and there you'll see it says WOVENKIT. That's what you're going to want to look for in WOVENKIT. Alright, so in WOVENKIT, you're going to search for the name you found in AMM. In this case, it's WKitCLI. You're going to scroll down and find the app file. Double click. Come up here and double click again. Alright, I'm going to click that button. And now you're going to scroll through this list until you find the item that you're looking for. In this case, it's glasses. They're usually called specs in Cyberpunk. Alright, so you see this number here, this H1073. We're going to search for that. Alright, you'll see the mesh. You're going to click on that and then look down here, make sure it actually is what you're looking for. Then double click on it to add it to your project, and double click on it again to open it up, and click this button. Alright, you can actually use this to see how many submeshes there are, but I can't show you that here because of the way this tool works. But alright, so here we're going to see how many submeshes Hellman's glasses have. It's very important for the next process in Blender. So click on this 0. You'll see what it says, mask set there, corporate mask set. 1 says glass, 2 says light, 3 says mask set, glass, light. So it looks like 0, 1, and 2 repeat in 3, 4, and 5. So it looks like it has 3 submeshes to work with. You're going to search for some glasses that you can substitute it for. I usually use WKitCLIs just because I'm familiar with them. I know they also have bones, and that's very important for this. Now if you click on the mesh, look in the preview, you can tell by the way it's oriented. It's oriented different than Hellman's glasses were, so you can tell it has bones kind of in that way. Again, you could click here, and click here to see how many submeshes there are. It's very important to find an item with the same number of submeshes, so we're going to check WKitCLIs the same way. 0 has WKitCLI mask set. Alright. 1 has earrings mask set. 2 has lens. 3 has WKitCLI mask set, earrings, lens, WKitCLI, earrings, lens. So it looks like these 3 do repeat twice. It just means it has more proxy meshes. But yeah, it's got 3 submeshes for us to work with, so this will work for us in Blender. It's very important. Now you're going to find a model to put the glasses on. I usually just use the standard player head. Doesn't really matter which one you choose, because you're just trying to reposition the glasses so they fit properly. These are both PWA. I don't think it matters which one you pick. So now you got Hellman's glasses, WKitCLI's glasses, and the player head. You know, when you want to open one of them in File Explorer so that you can go on and open it in NOESIS for your next step. So click on that. In NOESIS, you're just going to export all of these to FBX. This video capture tool doesn't show pop-ups very well, but you basically just right-click on all of these meshes, and then you're going to hit the export option. It uses the same file structure that WOVENKIT does, obviously because WOVENKIT made it, but just find all 3 of those: Hellman's glasses, WKitCLI's glasses, and the head. Right-click on them, click export. No settings or anything are necessary. Alright, if you left File Explorer open, you'll see now that there are FBX files in these folders. I usually gather all these up so that you can use them in Blender without having to navigate multiple folders. So I'm going to hit Control X on that. I'm going to go to, actually, let me just go to the head here. I'm going to drop it in here, and I'm going to grab both of them. Control X again. I'm going to go to here, both of those in here, and we can grab all 3 of them. Control X, and next we're WOVENKIT actually makes a raw folder, just where FBX files would end up if you exported them through WOVENKIT. But since we made them in NOESIS, we're going to put them in here ourselves. Okay, and this folder, we're going to copy this entire path so that we can use that when we go into Blender. Alright, in Blender, start a new project. You're going to go File, Import, FBX, and then you're going to find that folder that you made that has all your FBX files in it. Here you're just going to grab the head and Hellman's classes and import those. You'll notice that Hellman's classes are on the floor. It's one of the reasons we chose them for this is because they have no bones. So we need to hit G and then Z. This will let you grab it and move it along the Z-axis. And you'll see they're behind the head now. So we need to rotate it. So we're going to hit R. And then we're going to hit the Y-axis and type in 90 and enter. And then they're still behind, but they're oriented properly now. So we're going to hit R, type in 180, and that'll put them in front of her face. So basically now you just need to do some fine repositioning. So G, Z, bring it down a little bit. It seems like it's about the right height. So next we're going to G and Y to bring it closer to her face. That seems okay. And it's still a little far, isn't it? So you look at the nose pieces here, and it doesn't line up great. So I'm going to try to bring it down a little bit. So, yep, G, then Z, bring it down some, and then bring it in a little bit more. So G, Y, and yeah, that looks pretty good. Good enough for this at least. Alright, since we didn't mess with any of the submeshes, we should be able to just go ahead and export this straight to FBX. You want to make sure that you're in the right folder. I'm going to name this want just so we know what it is, and make sure you click this up here. It says select objects. Alright, make sure that's very important, and hit export FBX, and then we are going to start a new project. Don't save this one, we don't need it. Alright, delete the box as usual. File, import, FBX, and then we're going to go back to our folder, and then we're going to open up the WKACA specs. Alright, hit the period on the num key to zoom into them, and that's what they are. Alright, so basically just kind of select these submeshes, make sure you're in edit mode, hit tab to get there, hit delete, vertices. Alright, so we're going to import Hellman's classes now, the want.fbx. Alright, import that, and now you'll just see Hellman's classes and WKACA's bones. So select this submesh, this one, come over here and hit, make sure you're in object mode, hit Control J. Select this one and this one, Control J, select this one and this one, Control J. The order is very important there. So you're going to select from all the way from the root down to the bottom submesh. And you're going to go to File, Export, FBX. Go to your folder, and basically we're just going to, again, make sure that selected objects is checked. Alright, we're going to name this one has.fbx for funsies. Alright, now we're going to start another project. Don't save it, don't need it, delete. We're going to go to File, Import, FBX, and navigate to our folder again, and we're just going to grab the has.fbx into the head. Going to import those, and just make sure that they line up properly. Alright, so this is what you made with the head. Alright. Alright, so if you left your File Explorer open, you'll see now that you have has.fbx and want.fbx in your raw folder. What we need to do is bring a mesh file over here to export has over. So we're going to use WKACA's classes because she's got bones. So we're going to go to WOVENKIT's mod folder, base, characters. Wakako's classes are under main and PC. And we're not going to delete this file, we're going to copy it. So copy. We're going to go back to our raw folder and paste that there. Alright, so now the mesh is there in that folder. Navigate to the raw folder in NOESIS, and you'll see has.fbx here. What you're going to do is right click on it and hit export. And in the destination file, we need to change that to the mesh that we want to export this FBX over. That is Wakako's glasses, alright, because she has bones. Yes, we want to replace it. And here, we're going to change FBX to mesh. Alright, here, advanced options, dash mesh bones. Alright, so, it's very important. So we've got has.fbx, Wakako's glasses, mesh, mesh bones. Then we're going to hit export. Alright. All good. Alright, so this is just a little bit of file management. You can do whatever you want, but I generally name the mesh that I exported stuff over something that I can easily recognize, like Hellman Kako glasses. Alright, so hellkako.mesh, and I'll usually drag any working files I have into this raw folder as well. So going to go back into mod, base, characters, garment, citizen, casual, head, and this is these are Hellman specs right here. So we're going to grab that, again copy it, don't delete it. And we go back to the raw folder, and I'm going to paste that there. So this is just something I do for my workflow. You don't have to do this. Manage your files however you want. I just find this to be easier. Alright, open up WOVENKIT CLI. You're going to type export-fb mesh-p. Then you're going to drag Hellman's glasses over here, hit enter. This will get us buffers that we need. We're going to do export fb mesh again, -p, and we're going to grab Hellkako's glasses, drop them in there, enter. Alright, buffers for that too. Ta-da. Back here in your raw folder, you'll notice that you've got buffer files now for the meshes that you exported. What you want to do is open up the mesh and the material buffer for these the files you want to work with in O10. Just a quick note on material buffers though is that they're almost always the second to last buffer, right? So this has two buffers, so the second to last will be 0. In this example, the material buffer would be material buffer number or mesh buffer number 4. You can usually tell if it's a material buffer because it's a lot smaller than the other buffers, but it's almost always the second to last buffer. Some meshes don't even have a material buffer. Sometimes it's actually baked into the mesh itself. That's a whole other animal. But yeah, for this example, it's the mesh and mesh 0 for the glasses, and also for the Hellkako mesh. Alright, so we have opened O10, and you can see here that we've got both of our meshes and their 0 buffers. So we're going to pick Hellman's mesh, CMesh, struct data, mesh appearance 1, array CNAME, and we're going to look at these. See, these first 3 are the same as the second 3, so those first 3 are the ones we want to work with. Go up here to CMesh, array, CMesh material entry 4, see the mask set. These are the same here, so that's a 0. And glass, those are the same, so you know it uses 2. And light, alright, those are the same, so you know it uses 1. So it uses 0, 1, and 2. Come over here to the mesh 0 buffer, 0, 1, and 2. Alright, on the Hilkaka mesh, we have to find some instances to sacrifice. It's easiest to do the last ones. We have 3, so we're going to sacrifice 9, 10, and 11 here. So highlight 11, right-click, delete. Alright, 10, right-click, delete. Alright, 9, right-click, delete. Now we're going to go back over to Hellman's mesh buffer. I want to select material instance 0. Drag this out because you need to see the hex. Right click in here, hit copy. Go back over to Help-Kako. Right click, well, make sure you're insert. Alright, it's very important that you're in insert mode. Right click, paste. Alright, back over to Hellman, instance 1, right click, copy. Back over to Hilkaka, scroll down to the bottom, make sure you don't have anything selected, and paste. Alright, go back over to Hellman's classes, material instance 2, right click, copy. Go back over to Hilkaka, make sure you don't have anything selected, and paste. Alright, so now you've got, but you notice it doesn't really seem to match up with what it should be. So here you need to hit F5 to refresh the template. And there you see, now the last one goes all the way to the bottom. There's 10, and there's 9. Alright, so if you look over here, you'll see the Hellman's material instances names reflect. Alright. Alright, we can go ahead and close out Hellman stuff because we don't need that anymore. Go into the, actually, let's go ahead and save this buffer so we don't lose our work. Alright, save that. We're going to go back into Hilkaka CMesh, struct data, the default appearance, which is 1, CName, and then you'll see here mask set, earrings mask set, and lens. It's 23, 26, and 29. Those numbers are important. So go into CMesh, not this one. You're going to want to go into CMesh material entry 4. Yeah. And here we see that mask set again. We see the earrings mask set and the lens 23, 26, and 29. Right. Go into mesh buffer, and we're using certain material instances 9, 10, and 11. Just keep that in mind. 9, 10, and 11. Right. Now you'll notice that 11 has lens, right? So if you go back down here to what she's using for her default appearance, she also has a lens. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and drop this down, get this number 38, and change that 29 to a 38. So it'll point it to material instance 11. Alright. We see this earrings mask set. I'm going to go ahead and replace that with the parallax, which is that flashing LED in Hellman's glasses. So that's number 10, material instance 10, which is 37. Right? So we're going to come down here, we're going to change this 26 to 37. Alright, that leaves the mask set. So we're going to use just the ML setup for that. So material instance 9. So we go up here to material instance 9. It's number 36. So we're going to change 23 to 36. And that's basically the silver part of Hellman's classes. Now the names are wrong here, just because it's pointing to predefined names. So we're going to go ahead and change these proxy buffers to the same thing, or proxy meshes, sorry, to repeat the pattern down. You don't have to do that, but it's good practice. Alright, so now we got to fix the offsets. So we're going to close some stuff up real quick. Yeah, we don't need this anymore, so we'll go ahead and close that. So we want to go into material buffer 5, and you want to open up this material header, right? So you'll see 9, 10, and 11, which are the instances that we're using. Struct data, CMesh, material buffer 5, material header 1, 9, 10, and 11. You'll see these offsets and sizes here. I'm going to go to the buffer and click on these instances, but you want to do 9 first. Down here in the bottom right you'll see start 5967. That's important. And select, which is 75.8. 75.8. You'll notice that the offset's the same, but the size is different, so we'll change that to 758. Alright, then you'll go back over here and get number 10. It's 6725 and 1863. Alright, want to go over back to the mesh offset. Going to change that to 6725, and we're going to change the size to match the select, which was 1863. Alright, I'm going to go to material instance 11, and it's 8588 and 956. So when you come back over to the mesh, change the offset for 11 to 8588 and the size to 956. Alright, and save it. Launch WOVENKIT.CLI, type import-k-p, and drag your raw folder into this raw folder that holds all of your FBXs and meshes and all that stuff, and hit enter. And what this will do is actually bake in that buffer 0 info into the mesh. Alright. You can download Cyberfashion from Nexus, but go into female eyewear and just find something in here that you would never actually use in game, because you're going to replace it. So just looking through here, I don't think I'd ever use these goggles. Yeah, I'm going to use one of those. So if you click on it up here and you look at this, the file name shows glasses 05. That's actually the name of those glasses. So I'm going to copy glasses 05. In WOVENKIT, you want to search for glasses 05, hit enter, and this will bring the app and the int. You want to double click on that app to add it to your project, and then click on it here as well. Alright, I want to click on this button and look at the assets it uses. So this is the PWA version of that. So you want to double click on that to add it to your project, and just confirm that it's what you're looking for. Alright, so in your raw folder you want to grab your Hellcaco mesh and copy that. Then you want to navigate to the folder where your sacrificial mesh is kept. Alright, in this case it's in here, neck goggles. Alright, you want to paste Hellcaco, or Hellcaco, copy the name of your sacrificial mesh, right, then delete that mesh, and rename Hellcaco to that. Alright, cool, my kid's awake. Go into WOVENKIT, hit Pack Project. Alright, go ahead and open up CET and enter your code to add it to your inventory. It's categorized all in one command list. On Nexus has those if you're not sure what to enter. Alright, now go into your inventory and equip those goggles, and you'll see that the glasses are here. You'll also see that they're wrong. I've done this before, so I knew that was going to happen, but I did it anyways because I wanted to show you how to fix it. Alright, so if you zoom in, you'll notice that the parallax is on the lens, and the silver is correct, but the parallax is wrong, and it looks like where the parallax is supposed to be is wrong. So I'll show you how to fix that now. Alright, so open up the sacrificial mesh in O10, and you'll notice that the structure is the exact same as Hellcaco, because you know, that's what we exported over this mesh. So remember the parallax and the lens were mixed up, so we're just going to switch these two numbers. 37 becomes 38, 38 becomes 37. And again, we'll go ahead and repeat this pattern down just for best practice, but that should fix this. Go into WOVENKIT and pack it again. Go ahead and open up Cyberpunk. Put those glasses in your inventory again. And open up inventory. Find those glasses and equip. And you'll see they work. Alright. So let me go ahead and zoom in here and show you a little bit better. But see, the lenses are correct now, and the parallax is flashing in the proper place. So, all done. Have fun.